Greetings to you all from our home in Lower Pever in the heart of Cheshire in England. Well, another year's gone by. As I was still recovering from my knee replacement, we didn't go away until February. Our friend Sue came with us to Colombia and we spent 2 weeks travelling around. It's a lovely country full of friendly, helpful people who were enjoying life as the country emerged from the dark years of civil war and the drug barons. It's well worth a visit and a salutary lesson in taking information from magazines, as the supposedly open Translure tramway was far from finished and the trial running only started at 5 in the afternoon. We'd decided to have a new kitchen fitted, so I went off to China for 3 weeks and Mandy stayed while the kitchen was fitted. All went well until the kitchen tops arrived and were too short. This was an error from the German manufacturers and made the whole thing last a lot longer than it should have. China was a hard slog and the food still not to my taste. The local guides were variable, but the welcome no less than on previous visits. And it was also good to catch up with John and his family in Guangzhou, and they intend visiting the UK in 2018. By this time, Mandy and I were both ready for another trip, so we went off to Malta for 10 days, and the kitchen was nearly finished by then, only nearly though. We had a super villa in Malta. Sue came with us again and they relaxed by the pool while I did my own thing, filming the rather mundane buses plus the still interesting trucks. We had the added bonus of meeting up with transport friends from Manchester and Halifax while we were in Malta. Well, it's taken some getting used to being at home now I'm retired. Well, I say retired, but we still have the business which keeps us both very busy, and of course all our travelling. We had a trip to Ireland which brought provincial bus and truck coverage up to date, and also to France where I squeezed in some more truck filming. Our UK film coverage has seen us going all over the country from Scotland down to Kent. We reconfirmed our status as a not-for-profit business, and we're now promoting the PMP Film Archive as the main thrust of our work, which naturally focuses on transport material but also encompasses all our other interests. We've seen our films appear regularly on television, the cinema and arts or community projects at home and abroad, as well as creating material for inclusion in part works. At the end of July and into August, I took part in a long-distance walk which helped raise money for a toilet in our local village church. The walk was from St Oswald's in Northumberland down to St Oswald's in Lower Pever in Cheshire, over 200 miles in total. Due to prior commitments, I joined the walk in Cumbria, and over the next 12 days walked down through Lancashire into Greater Manchester, then out through Sale and Bowden, through Tatton Park and finally into Lower Pever. It was some walk over hills, moors, bogs and canals, and truly in all weathers. A total of around 130 miles, what's that, about 180, nearly 200 kilometres. And the new knee worked really well. I also did my first charity film show, and that raised nearly £500. And we now support Médecins Sans Frontières as well as all our existing charities. Mandy continues as chair of the Cheshire and North Wales branch of the Polio Fellowship. We've upgraded our support for the Royal Northern College of Music in Manchester to the Principal's Circle, extending our backing for the arts, which already embraces Clontar Opera and Welsh National. Charity events lined up for the next year or the coming year include bingo calling in January at Plumley Village Hall, and another walk is on the cards. Somewhere along the line I've found myself lined up to be a church warden at St Oswald's. Mandy increasingly uses the wheelchair to get around, and we've cut down our transport rally attendances, but we'll hopefully get to a wider variety in different areas each year. We started to decorate the house this year. We got all the upstairs done, plus the hall stairs and landing and the new kitchen. So next spring we intend to get the living and dining rooms done. Then that just leaves the dreaded office. Increased storage for my models is badly needed. I've given up taking them out of boxes and tried to limit my purchases. I only tried. The garage was also on the cards to decorate, but that hasn't happened. The walls around the front garden need cementing, and well, I'm certainly not going to be bored in 2017. Our overseas trips for the new year start with India in February, and I'll be taking another in-depth look at the double-deck buses in Mumbai, perhaps the last one, as their existence is now in doubt for the future, and I'll be exploring Kochi for the first time. There are lots of other interesting destinations lined up to be finalised as of yet, and we'll put them on our news section on our website as soon as we've decided. Our UK trips start next week, and the rail replacement services between Liverpool and Birkenhead seem well to the fore for covering at an early stage. For many of you, viewing our trailers on YouTube is your main contact with ourselves. We have clocked up over 26 million hits on YouTube this year and have approaching 11,000 subscribers. Top viewing locations you may be interested to know are the UK, Vietnam, the USA, France, India, Argentina, Germany, Brazil, Italy and Romania being the top 10. A third of our viewers are female, believe it or not. And can we ask though that you avoid ad blocker apps? When you click on an advert, this creates revenue which goes towards the expansion of the PMP archive. Favourite locations for our viewers are in the UK, Mansfield and Paisley for buses and Dover for trucks. Overseas, it's trucks and buses in Vietnam which are way out front, whilst Hong Kong and Canada also join the truck fan base. Well, you'll want to join your family and friends and not listen to me. To all our friends, families, customers and viewers around the world, may we wish you a peaceful and healthy new year ahead. And we thank you for your support for PMP, which is highly appreciated, and all the kind comments received through the year. Remember, we have our own shops on our website, plus Amazon, and a selection on eBay. So God bless you all. Thank you for joining us throughout the year, and we look forward to seeing you all in many years ahead. Goodbye from myself and Mandy.